This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so what we have discussed yesterday, we have discussed about installation and configuration and how to connect to the data we have discussed. So today, one more time, I will show you how to connect to the data. I have my data set in documents folder, the repository. This is the location. I want to connect to the Excel file using Power BI desktop. How I can do that? So go here, just click on what? Get data, and then click on Excel. It opens the navigator window. This navigation window. Select your source file, click on open, and then it's going to open the navigator window where we have to choose the required table that we want to load into Power BI desktop. Okay, select the required table and have a look at the preview, and then click on load. It's evaluating in the backend. Here you can see the number of records that have been loaded into Power BI. Okay, once data loads, you can find that information under the fields or data section. Okay, let me open the Excel file. This is the data that we have loaded into Power BI desktop. List, what is the sheet name? Orders. Here, what is the name? Orders. Under the fields, whatever the tables that we have loaded into Power BI desktop, we can see that right here. Okay, you see here, this is the table icon. Within the table, we have all these fields. You can hide those fields or you can expand. This is nothing but we call it as a collapse and expand. When we use this collapse and expand option, let's say you have connected to so many tables, let's say 10 to 15 tables you have connected. In case if all the tables are expanded, you need to scroll down and you need to go and check each and every table. So to make your job easy, what you can do, whatever the tables that are not required, you can simply collapse it. And the table which you want to use in the development, you can expand and see. You can see the fields or you can find the fields easily. Got it? Now let me expand here. Now this is the data I have loaded. What is the first field here? I have row ID, second order ID, third order date, ship date, ship mode, so on. But in the Power BI desktop, it's different. See, here it's row ID, here it's category. Why the sequence has been changed? Very simple. Remember, PBA performs sorting on the fields and show them in the ascending order. Why? So that it's going to be very easy for the developer to find out the required field. Let's say I want to develop a visual using profit and region. If it's not in the sorting order, you need to go and check each and every field. If it is in the order, directly I can go to the section P. Okay, here and here I have profit. And next region. After P, Q, R. Here I have a region. There is a use of performing sorting on the fields. Okay. So by default, Power BI performs sorting on the fields and shows them in the ascending order. So that for developer, it's going to be very easy to find out the required fields. Clear why it is different in the order? Because Power BI performs sorting on the query and it shows in the assignment. Okay. Next, PBA presents fields with the following icons. Icons. What are those? You see here. Uh, if you see here, category, city, country region, customer ID, customer name. There are boxes, check boxes, but all these five, it doesn't have any specific icon. But when you look at discount, it is showing there is a checkbox, and next to checkbox there is some icon, that is Sigma icon, and next field name. Same with the order date. Here also we have checkbox, and there is some icon that is nothing but a calendar, and next field name. What does it mean? What does those icon stands for? Those are nothing but, let's say, date. All the date fields represents with calendar icon. What? Calendar icon. You see here, this is order date. What information it is containing? Date information. You want to see that? You can see here in the database. See, date. Also, here, you see, ship date. This is also what? Date field. That is the reason it is getting represented in the what? Calendar icon. And what about discount? Not only discount, you see here, profit, quantity, row ID, sales. These are representing with the Sigma icon. This is nothing but all the numerical fields get represented with the Sigma icon in Power BI fields. Remember that. See, sales, quantity, discount, and profit, and row ID. See, these five are in the integer formatted. That's it. Okay, integer. All the numerical fields represents with what? Sigma. Remember that. So in real time, how it's going to help these icons? Let's say I told you yesterday, before you jump into the development, go and perform the data analysis. That is nothing but like, identify what is the data type of each and every field. With the help of these icons also, you can say order date is a date field, discount is integer, and order ID is a string. Why? Because all the strings, next, string, it won't represents with any specific icon. It won't. Okay. If there is no icon, that means what? All those fields are string. If it is a sigma, then it is an integer. If it's a calendar, that is a date. Got it? Any doubts so far?
No.
Okay. Next. Okay. If you don't have any doubts, next let's start the developing some visuals. So what is visual? Visual is nothing but in simple word, it's a graphical representation. What? Graphical representation. What I said? Visual. Visual is nothing but a graphical representation. What graphical representation? Graphical representation of the data. Why we need a visual? Why can't I show as it is in the text format? You can do that. That also. Let's say I will show you the same thing. Whatever that I'm doing, I will explain you later. But I just want to show you the difference. I mean to say, why graphical representation? Why not text? I have developed these two visuals, 1 and 2. These two visuals I have developed using the same data. But you see here, looking at this visual, which is in the graphical representation, it is more attractive. This is no, I need to read it, everything. But here looking at, I can say this is contributing more, and next this is second, this is least. But here I need to go and read these numbers to identify which is contributing more. So using this graphical representation, or if you represent the data in the graphical representation, it is going to be very easy to understand the business performance. Or graphical representation is more effective than textual because it's going to attract the user attention. Our user can directly go point to the data points where I need to focus, or which is not performing well, which is performing well. Okay, that is the use of a graphical representation. In simple words, there is a saying like instead of long theoretical conversation, or instead of long theoretical text, one visual can convey best story to the audience. That's the reason all this reporting tools comes with a different type of charts or visuals. Okay, so in real time, most of the time we go and use different charts based upon the requirement, based upon the analysis that we are going to perform. So which type of chart we need to use for which type of analysis that we discussed. Okay, so now we are going to start developing the visual. Note, to develop a visual, what? To develop a visual, 95% of the time we use at least one dimension and one measure. What? To develop a visual, 95% of the time we use at least one dimension and one measure. Now, we don't know what is dimension. We need to discuss about what? Dimension. Dimension is nothing but a field which gives, or a field which is a string or a date. What is dimension? Dimension is nothing but a field which is a string or date. Yesterday we have discussed, right? Date, integer, and string. So dimension is nothing but a field which is a string or a date. Those are we call as a what? Dimensions. And what is measure? Measure is nothing but a field which gives numerical information. A field which gives numerical information, that is a measure. What is dimension? Dimension is nothing but a field which is a string or date. Why we are discussing about dimension measure? To develop a visual, 95% of the time we use at least one dimension and one measure. It doesn't mean that you cannot develop a visual without using measure. No, you can do that, but 95% of the time we do this. Okay, remember that. And going forward also, remember these two words, dimension and measure. What is dimension? Dimension is nothing but it can be a date field or it can be a string. And what is measure? Measure is nothing but straightforward a field which gives the numerical information or an integer. Got it? Any doubts on these two, dimension and measure?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Now let's start with the basic visuals development. So now I am going to give you the requirement. What is my requirement? I want to perform the sales analysis, how the sales are performing in each region. So I give the requirement sales by region. This is the requirement. Or I can say the requirement format like this. Develop a visual which shows sales by each region. Okay. They're asking you to develop a one visual. The visual has to give the information about the sales and our sales by region. How I can develop. So first what we need to do before I develop this visual, we need to check either the required fields are present in the data or not. For that reason, I told you before you jump into the development, just analyze the data and go through each and every field. And I know that the dataset contains these both fields, sales and region. Go to the dataset. Here I have a sales, and here I have region. And in real time, we cannot go and validate or verify each time in the dataset. We have already loaded this data into Power BI, right? You can see the same data here also in the Power BI. Where? What is this section? You can see my cursor, right? What?
Navigation.
Yes, navigations. Out of this, see, navigation has three different icons. First one is what? Report. Second one, data.
Data.
Third one,
Mo- Model.
go data. Click on data. You can see the data. Yes, see? You can see that? Go here. Okay. Sales. And next what? Region. Yeah, I can see. Now, on the navigations, I have selected data. So now we are in the data option. How I can go to the reports development? Go here. Click on what? Report. You see how I can say we are in the data navigation? Out of these three icons, data navigation is highlighted. Now go here, with the report. Now we can report navigation. Now, my requirement is what? To develop a visual which has to show sales by rate. So how to develop? For that, I have the required data. And next, what we need to analyze? Guys, I'm not sure from whom your class is. Can you go on mute? If you have any doubts, you can unmute yourself and ask. Before you develop a visual, you should, guys, can you go on mute? Okay. Before you develop a visual, you should analyze and you need to find out what visual you need to use. What visual or chart you need to use. Here, I need to develop a visual. So what they're saying, before you develop a visual, you should analyze and you need to find out what visual or chart you need to use. So here, I need to develop a visual sales by region. So what is the type of chart that you need to use? Can you go on AS? I'm not sure who's this. Guys,
Abhishek,
yeah,
can you go on mute?
okay. So what they are saying, before you develop a visual, what you need to, you should analyze and you need to find out what visual or what chart you need to use. So here, I'm using one text field and one integer. So for this, what you need to do? Okay, how I can do that? For that, each and every visual tells one different story. Or I can say each and every visual we use for different analysis. Okay, so we should know about each and every chart. How we can come to know that about each and every visual? I have already prepared one document about each and every visual. I will be sharing that with your people, so that it's going to be very easy for you to analyze and to find out what chart has to be used. Okay, in this requirement, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a pie chart, a visual pie visual. So now, where we have all the visuals, for that we have a section, right? Visualization section. This is visualization section. You can hide, you can expand, and here there is a section. You see here there are some icons under the visualizations. If you place a cursor on any visual icon, the first one will be showing it is stack bar chart, and next line chart, next waterfall chart. So the moment if you place cursor on the visual, it is opening one pop-up, and that pop-up is showing the visual name. So with the help of this, you can easily identify visual name. So now I want pie chart. This is what pie chart. See, I placed cursor on it, which shows pie chart. Yeah, this is what I want to use. So to make it simple, I say in pie chart.
Yeah.
So this requires
Hello, sir. Sorry to interrupt. Just one question.
Hmm.
How did you select that we need to use pie chart? Like, what is there any minimum requirement? Like, for example, we were looking at the data. Like, in this case, how did you? Why not we use bar chart or something like that? Just wanted to know, like, best practice. What is the thing to use?
for the best practices and all, at this point of time, you'll not be able to understand it. Why? Because
Yeah. I mean, not best practice. At least, like, which. So, like, if you look at the data, which chart to use. I think that will be very important in the. It will really be helpful in the real time. That's the reason I was just asking. Like now you told pie chart, right?
Hmm.
So how did you identify that we have to use pie chart? So just one question.
Okay. So for that, we have to discuss about a concept called uh, data values and number of data values in a column, number of distinct values in a column, and next proportion of the data. These kind of words and scenarios we have to cover. Once we cover those topics, then we can easily understand what chart we need to use and why I am using pie chart. That is nothing but we do have a concept called univariate analysis, bivariate analysis. These and all we have. We haven't discussed about those. Once if you discuss those, you will be able to understand it. So later on, I'm going to take one session on it. What type of visual you have to use and what would be the requirement, what would be the scenario.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Okay, sir. Thank you.
In future, that concept comes into the picture. Uh, Now, if I explain that, you'll not be able to understand why, because we haven't covered those topics yet. Okay, most probably after 1 week we discuss it. Okay, so now I want to develop a visual pie chart, and that pie chart has to show the information about sales by region. So how to develop it? Remember, and we all know here we have visuals, and this is the canvas. What is canvas? Canvas is nothing but where we are going to keep all the visuals, or I can say collection of visuals is called artwork. Canvas is an area where we represent or show all the visuals. Or I can say canvas is the area where the complete development takes place. That is going to be different actually, but this is the right definition. I can say canvas is an area where we represent or shows all the visuals. This white space. Okay, white area. So how to develop a visual? To develop a visual, I know what is a visual has to be used. Go here from the visualization section, just select it. The moment you select any visual from the visualization section for the first time, that visual blueprint shows or it represents on the canvas. You see here, I just selected pie chart from here. And the same pie chart blueprint is on the canvas. Now we got blueprint of the visual. How I can load the data into this visual? Very simple. The visual has been already selected from the visualization section and it is there on canvas. Go to the fields. You see there are check boxes, right? Sales and region. Always select dimension first and then measure first. That's it. Now we got what? Pie chart on our canvas. In how many clicks? Just 3 clicks. First, I have selected a required chart from the visualization and then I just selected the required fields. What fields I wanted to show in that region. Now I got it. This pie chart. You see here. Let me increase the visual size. How to increase the visual size? Very simple. Just select the visual. If you want to increase horizontally like this, or if you want to increase vertically, that is nothing but width. This is height. Okay. Now see central. How many regions are there? You see here. This is we call it as a legend. What is region? We discuss later. See, region. How many regions are there? Central, north, south. Central is showing in the light blue color, and north is showing in the dark blue color. South is showing in the some, I don't know what is the color, red. Yeah, red color. Okay. So now how I can analyze this data, or how I can analyze my region. So here, looking at this pie chart, central proportion is more. So I can say out of these three regions, central region is performing very well. Or I have numbers also here. See, 172 and 58.56%. And next, north. North is performing after the central. This contribution is 21%. And next, south, it's 20%. This is how we develop a visual, and how they analyze this visual. Very simple, just go to the proportion of this data or the numbers which are reflecting here under the each proportion, or if you place cursor on it, on which proportion you have placed the cursor, it opens, Power BI opens one window that is called tooltip, which is a part of visual components, which we discuss later, and they can identify, okay, this is 58% and this is 21%, this is 20%. So next, they take it like, out of all the regions, central region is performing well and south is not performing well. So to improve the sales performance in the south region, what all we need to do? They go and perform analysis. For that, they go to the next level, drill down. We discuss that later. But this is how we develop a visual. I will show you one more time. For that, I will delete this visual. How to delete a visual from the canvas? Very simple. Select the visual. You see, there are icons. Filter, focus, and next, more options. These more options are nothing but three dots. We call it as an ellipse. If you click on it, you see what is this? Then you can remove this. Now remove. How? Now, how to develop a visual? Very simple. Select a required visual from the visualization section and select the required fields. What information you want to show on the visual. That's it. And if you want to increase the visual size, just select and increase it.
Sir,
And if you want to,
sir,
yeah,
sir, is there any ascending order for this? How to choose this region? First, you selected regions, so that it is showing when you point the pointer out to there. First, it is showing first column as region, and then next it is showing as sales. Like that, we need. Is there any ascending? Is there any order for this also, sir? Fields.
there is no order to select. Usually what we do, first we select the dimension and then we select the measures. Even that's not a rule, but for the best practices, we need to select dimension first always.
First dimension and next this one, sir.
Measure, yes.
Okay, sir. Sir, I'm having one more question, sir. Can you please go to the notepad, sir? Yes, sir. Up. Sir, this Power BI performs sorting of fields and show them in the ascending order. I didn't understand that.
Okay.
That sentence.
This is our data, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the first field in this table?
First table is row, sir. It is showing from small to yes, sir.
What is the first field
That
name?
means row ID, sir.
Second?
Order ID, sir.
Next?
Order date.
Okay. So when you load this data into Power BI desktop, what Power BI does, Power BI performs sorting on the data fields and shows them in the ascending order. Now we have loaded this data into Power BI desktop. Once if you load, you can see that data under the fields section, and first it shows the table name. And what is the first field here?
Category, sir.
Second,
City.
it is not in the same order as your database. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So what it does, what I said here, whenever you load these data fields into Power BI performs sorting on the field names and it shows them in the ascending order, like A to Z, A, B, C, D, like A to Z. Why it performs sorting? So that whenever if you want to develop a visual, let's say I want to develop a visual, then segment-wise discount. If it is not performing sorting, I need to go and read each and every field name. And next, I need to check various segment. Or we have search option. I go here, enter segment. When you enter segment, it shows only one field. And to get all the fields, I need to delete this manually. This is manual work every time. In case if it is in the sorting order, what I can do directly, I can go to the S section. I can select segment, and next I can go to the D. I can select the discount. So to make developer job easy, it performs sorting on the field name.
Okay, sir. Then we can say like that. Power BI represents like from A to Z. It will show like that. You can say no, sir.
That's what I said. Ascending order. What is ascending order? Ascending is A to Z, right? Ascending order is
Yes.
nothing but smallest value to highest.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir. Clear, sir. No.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So this is how we develop a visual. And if you want to change visual location, let's say this is in the top. If you want in the bottom, just select the visual, place the cursor on this three, just drag it to bottom. Wherever you want to keep, you can keep it. How? Select the visual, place the cursor on these three dots, and next drag it. But just drag it. Okay? You can keep it anywhere. But what you're supposed to do, you should keep it in the sequence. What is that sequence? That I will explain you later when we discuss about the dashboard creation. Okay? And one more thing, if you see here, there are some red lines. You see, this is one red line, and now there are 4 different boxes which are showing with the red lines. That means, let's say, if I increase it, okay, this red line coming and disappearing. If this red line comes, that means horizontally you have allocated 50% of the space for this visual. What? 50% of the horizontal space you have allocated for this visual. Next, if I increase this, now it is showing this red line vertically 50%. So that you will be allocating the space equally to the each and every visual. For that reference, those red lines are coming. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next. Now this is pie chart. Now I am done with the first requirement. Next, my second requirement. Let's say sales by state and use clustered bar chart. Clustered bar chart. What is the second requirement? Sales by state, clustered bar chart. Now, how to develop it? Very simple. First, I need to find out the clustered bar chart, where the clustered bar chart is. The first one is what? Stacked bar chart and stacked column chart and what? Clustered bar. Go here, select. Okay, you see here, I wanted to create a new chart, but it is impacting on the existing chart. Why it is impacting on the existing chart? So how I can get my pie chart back? Very simple. We have these icons in the top. You see, save, undo, redo. I go here, undo it. Okay, I got my pie chart. But why I am not able to create a new chart? I'm able to select. See, if I select this new chart, it is impacting on the old one. Why? Why? Because now I will give it a note. Note. To create a new visual or a chart, to create a new visual or a chart in Canva. To create a new visual or chart, first we need to unselect. First, we need to unselect the existing existing chart in a canvas. What they are saying, to create a new chart or visual, first we need to unselect the existing chart in the canvas. Otherwise, the selected new chart changes are the selected new chart get applies on the old one, which we have selected in the canvas. In simple words, what they are saying, if you want to create a new chart, just unselect the existing chart in the canvas. If you don't unselect and if you select a new chart, it will get applies on the old one. You see, old one has impacted. So how I do know that either I have selected a chart in the canvas or not? Very simple. If you have selected, you see here it is showing with the borders and each corner is highlighting. See, this corner is highlighting, this corner, right? So how to unselect? Very simple, just go and click out of the visual or hit escape key in the keyboard. So I have unselected here. See, do you see those borders now? No. So that means we have unselected. Now I want bar chart. Select the bar chart and go here. Select what? What was the requirement? Sales by state. Go here, select state and select what? Sales. Okay, one second. You started. No. Sorry, guys. Okay, this is how you can create a new visual. Next, let's say I'm done with the development. Assume that I take this say pie chart. As per the client requirement, I have developed this pie chart and I'm done with the development work and published into the service. And next they came back, they asked, no, I don't like this pie chart. Can you change it to some other chart? How to change? To change a visual, no need to delete it. Just select it from the visualization section. Go select whatever the chart the client is asking for. That's it. See, I changed from pie to donut chart. For that, I did not delete the visual. Just select that and go here, select the required visual. That's it. This is how you can change a visual from one visual to another. Or if you want to create a new visual, unselect the existing visuals and go select new visual, and what are the fields that you want to use to develop that visual, go ahead and select. That's clear? Clear.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
No doubts? Okay. If you don't have any doubts, next we need to discuss about visual components. Very, very important. Why? Because going forward, like let's say I take this bar chart as an example. You see here, there is something, some text, sales by state, and here it is showing some names, England and Lady France, Northern Westphalia. And next, here there is something, it shows 0.0 millions, 0.1 million. Yeah, what? Yeah,
Sir, one doubt, sir. Hello.
yeah, go ahead.
Sir, So the requirement is like using a clustered form, using a clustered chart. We need to do this one chart, sir. Sales by state. Then why did you create this sales by year, sir?
Yeah, but my requirement was what? See here. What was the requirement? They wanted sales by state, and they asked us to show this information in clustered bar chart.
Yes, sir.
If you want, like here I have, right, sales by year. You see here, sales by year I have. So you are
Yes,
asking
sir.
why you have taken line chart for the sales by year and why you have taken bar chart for the sales by state. Is that your doubt?
Sir, no, sir. What I'm asking is, we have requirement for only for sales by state. This chart is enough, no, sir. No need to create by sales by year, no, sir. They didn't ask, no, sir.
No, they didn't ask. No, I developed it because, like, to show how to create one more new chart. I said, like, last time I was connecting it, right? If you want to create
Okay,
one more, I said unselect it, and I just randomly I went and picked it up. That's it.
okay, sir. Clear, sir.
So next we know how to develop a visual and how to change a visual. Next we need to discuss about the components of the visual. Why is components of the visual? Because we, each of them got their own names, like this proportion, and this proportion, and next this proportion. And you see there are some small dots and all. So these are under the components of the visual. So usually, what are the components of visuals? Visual components are, first one is header. What? Header. What is header? In simple words, a line across the a line across the dimension is called a header. Or header represents the information about the dimension. Second one, axis. What it is? A line across the measure is called a line across the measure is called an axis. Or axis gives measure information. Next, data pane. Sub part of the visual is called data pane. Data label. It gives one sec. Yeah. Data label gives data pane performance information. Okay. Data label, it gives data pane performance information. Okay. Next, tooltip. It's nothing but an information box, or I can say, if you place a cursor on any data pane, PBI opens a box with complete information about the data pane. That's called tooltip. Last one, title. What is this title? It's nothing but visual title. With the help of title, user can easily identify what information we are showing in a visual. These are the components that we have on the visuals. Now, components are not same across the visuals. What? Components are not same across the visuals, but whatever it is, max it can contain 6 components. But few visuals can contain only 2 components, few may contain 3 or 4. Max is what? 6. It depends upon the visuals. Okay, that we see later. So now, what? These are the max components visual has. What is the first one? Header, axis, data pane, data label, tooltip, and what? Title. Now we need to discuss about each of them. Actually, I don't have time now. I need to go out. Okay, we discussed about these components because it takes more than 30 minutes to discuss about all these components. So we discuss about this tomorrow. I will stop it here for today. If you have any doubts on whatever that we have discussed, like mostly we have discussed about what is dimension and what is measure, and next how to develop a visual and how to change a visual. If you have any doubts on this, we can discuss. About visual components, I will explain tomorrow. Any doubts?
Yes, sir.
No doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir. Clear, sir, everything.
No doubts.
No doubt, sir.
Did you share your email IDs with Praveen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you have shared email IDs with Praveen, he will share the data sets and these notes also with you. Okay, we'll collect it from him. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, one
Okay,
suggestion,
guys.
sir.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what?
Sir,
Come again?
sir, one suggestion, sir. Can I, sir?
Yeah, please.
Sir, we can use. Is there any other app than GoToMeeting, sir?
Yeah, there is another one. We will be using that one from tomorrow. I don't want to use Zoom app because there are so many security issues with Zoom. They can easily hack my system or your systems also. Why? Because that information is available for everyone. The Zoom data. Okay. So there is another one. We will be using that only from tomorrow. We can go with the Skype also. In the worst case, Skype is far better than always.
Tomorrow
Okay,
or
sir.
Monday,
Okay.
sir.
One.
Yeah, Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone was about to say something.
Oh, I just wanted to know, like, we have tomorrow session or Monday. So that was
Monday.
my question.
Monday.
Okay.
Okay. But meanwhile, just get this complete notes data from Ravi.
Sure.
Okay, guys, then see you on Monday. Okay.
Okay.
Practice
Thank
on.
you, sir. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.